What up, fam? Do you need some extra tools that's going to help your life be the best that it can possibly be? Are you constantly juggling work, family, and personal time only to feel drained and unfulfilled? That's where the book that I wrote called The Balanced Life can be your guide to reclaiming your time, energy, and happiness with practical strategies for setting boundaries, prioritizing self-care, and achieving real balance. This book helps you create a life that you love without the burnout. Get ready to break free from the chaos and step into a life of purpose and peace. Grab your copy of The Balanced Life because you deserve a life that works for you. Also, we have The Unraveling. It's a journal to help you write, reflect, and heal. Your thoughts matter. Your feelings deserve space. The Unraveling Journal is more than just a notebook. It's your personal guide to self-reflection, healing, and growth. With guided prompts, mindfulness exercises, and room to express yourself freely, this journal helps you untangle emotions, process life's challenges, and rediscover clarity. Take a moment for you. Write, reflect, and heal, one page at a time. And fam, also another book written by my wife is Healthy Relationships. Because fam, you know this. Great relationships don't just happen. They're built. Whether it's with your partner, kids, friends, or co-workers, strong connections are the foundation of a happy life. In healthy relationships, you'll learn how to communicate better, set healthy boundaries, and nurture trust in every relationship that matters to you. Because when your connections thrive, you thrive. Start building stronger, healthier relationships today. Order your copy at kingdomservantsfirst.com. Once again, that's kingdomservants1st.com. Fam, we want you to be the best version of yourself. Get one of these books today. God bless. What is the boundaries that person has for them? Let that be clear. Yeah, what's the boundaries that you have for you? Make that clear. Because a lot of times, like I told you, we cross each other's boundaries so much. If I know you hate me cussing at you, why would I be cussing at you? If you hate me walking out the room when you talking, why would I walk out the room? Family. Family. Welcome, fam, to the Bacon Bits Podcast, where we desire for you to take the bits of information and immediately apply them to your life for success. The ground rules for our podcast are that will always be encouraging, uplifting, and informative. The areas of life that we'll be talking about today on the Bacon Bits Podcast is dealing with having a balanced life. And I need to hear y'all say it. Say valuable information applied equals success. And I want this to be, and this can be for anybody and everybody because it's dealing with communication. But I really want to focus in on my brothers. So this episode is called Listen Up, Brothers. Listen up. Pay attention. I want y'all to be super successful in your relationships. You know, that means the world to me. Okay, so this could be for that significant other. This could be for your kids. So this either or. It don't make no difference. I want you to be successful in your communication style forever and ever. That's going to be a big asset for you, or can be a big deterrent for you if you don't get this thing handled. So when it comes to communication, regardless of the situation, poor communication creates frustrating patterns, bro. I'm talking about before I took anger management classes, man, I would literally be fighting people straight up. Physical fights with brothers and cussing the ladies out. The reason why I would is because I could not articulate my feelings or whatever I was going through at the time. So that's why anger management classes for me. I feel like if you need anger management classes, please go take them, man. Kill the embarrassment, kill your preconception of who need to go take anger management classes. Fam, you know if you've been a little bit overboard, you know your own self. You know you've been a little bit overboard, man. Go get some help, man. I did, and I'm grateful that I did. So, man, when you are communicating, it tends to, man, when you can't communicate, man, you resentful, you angry. Low self-esteem plays up in there, man, because remember, if I can't articulate my feelings, I'm not being able to tell you my worth or what I'm dealing with or what I'm going through. So it plays on your low self-esteem. So with that being said, it is possible to change your ways. Let that be known. It's possible to change your ways. So we're going to look at a couple of different pointers on how to have great communication, brothers. And this is something that you can work on for the rest of your life. I'm still working on this stuff as I'm telling y'all. So really learn how to listen. Really learn how to listen. God bless you with 2 ears, 1 mouth. Cover up an ear with 1 hand. Cover up your mouth with the other hand. And what you still have left over. You got an ear. So we're supposed to listen twice as much as we speak. God said it. Be slow to anger, quick to listen, slow to anger, and slow to respond. So I'll have to look up the scripture specifically, but I know it's quick to hear, slow to speak. Yeah, because sometimes we all we want to do is hear to respond, and that's going to be one of the points. We want to hear to respond. We ain't listening. We are hearing to respond. So we got to be careful that when somebody speaks, we don't plot what the next move is. We ain't trying to play chess and trying to figure out, okay, as soon as they say this, I'm going to say that. They going to say this, I'm going to say that. They bet not say this, I'm going to say that. Fam, be very cognitive of, I need to be listening to what's being said. I need to prove my listening skills so that I can communicate better. I believe sometimes our hearing is so off and we're not focused in on what we're paying attention to, that we should be paying attention to, that we can't really hear like we need to hear. Because true listening isn't the same as hearing. I can even hear, but I'm not listening. I'm just hearing to respond, hearing to make this next move, whatever I'm trying to do. But I'm not really paying attention to the person that I need to be paying attention to. That is imperative. So when I am listening and making sure I'm checking in on my listening, don't make assumptions before you even hear what the person got to say. Okay? So part of that, me not listening well, is I'm already making assumptions. I told you, slow down and really pay attention. If need be, ask the person again for clarity. Did you say what I think you said? That's all you got to say. I thought I heard you say. Be careful that you make sure you ask for clarification. Ask for some make sure you really clear on what's being said. Because when I'm angry, I'm talking about me personally, fam, I can't hear that good. I know me. So part of having great communication, honestly, is asking for clarity. Ask the person to repeat back to you. If you because so we do what we do with music. You know, we hear a lyric and we swear up and down that's what the lyrics say, and that ain't what the lyrics said. So if you in a conversation with somebody and you didn't think you heard clearly what the person was saying, just ask for clarification, man. Like I said, and we're talking about deep, intimate, loving relationships. If it's some, Joe off the street, yeah, you might explain yourself one more time, but I ain't trying to get frustrated with that whole situation. I'm talking about with the people that you love. Like literally ask them for clarification. Another thing that we have to do, because this is something I used to teach when I used to teach verbal de-escalation with clients, is pay attention to the nonverbal cues. Okay, pay attention to the nonverbal cues. It's so easy to get this mixed up. So nonverbal cues are, what's your body posture? Are you standing relaxed and open, or are you got your arms folded, like my coworker Shay is? I'm teasing her right now. Or do you have your arms folded and you just look like you paying, but you ain't paying attention. No, you got your arms folded. You're doing totally opposite of what you're trying to do. So you want to put the arms down. You want to relax. You want to be look like it's inviting. Are you loose? Are you relaxed? You know what I'm saying? Because it's so easy to be looking tense. You got your fist balled up. You ready to go do some damage. Or you got to say, you know what? Let me relax. Let me chill. Let me not assume what the person gonna say. Don't let me get myself amped up. So watch your posture when you're talking to people, and it ain't just watching your posture. Watch the posture of the people who's talking to you, because we can get amped up off of somebody else's body posture. So watch your body posture, when people are talking to you, and then watch the other person's body posture when they're talking, because it's so easy to do. So please do me a favor. Don't jump to conclusions. As soon as we hear something, make sure we're getting clarity. So, because if we don't, our natural instinct is to jump to conclusions. It is so easy to do. We can easily jump to conclusions. Make sure you slowing down and paying attention. And just ask yourself the question, what's really going on here? Yeah, what's really going on? Because most than likely, more people just want to be acknowledged. That can cut down so much drama if I'm acknowledging what the person is saying. Acknowledging. That's part of repeating back what you thought you heard, is to give them acknowledgement of, yes, I'm listening to you. I'm paying attention. Let me validate the person that I'm talking to. Yeah, that's big. Validate their emotions. You know, I mean, and that's easy to do. You know, you can easily say something like, wow, that does sound hard. Yeah, throw some statements out there. I can understand why you feel upset. If you really can't understand why the person is upset, like I always tell people, you know, I say something like, you know, somebody tell me their mama died, and I'll be like, man, I can understand how you feel. No, I don't. My mama's still living, dog. So I'm lying. So don't only say that statement if you really mean it. You know somebody that you love that was close to you that passed away. You can say that. But you don't know exactly how somebody's feeling, because that's my mama, dog. I'm like, that's a whole nother level of upset and agitated, but that's a whole nother different podcast. So make sure you can actually say, you know, if I was you, I would feel annoyed too that happened to me. I can say that out loud. If that happened to me, brother, I'd be going through the same thing. I get you. I'm sorry you had to experience that. Yeah, because guess what? You would hate for you have to go through what that person went through. So you can literally say that. I'm sorry for what you experienced, you know, and you ain't have to experience that, man. That was uncalled for. And then me saying, I love to help. You know, how can I help you? How can I support you? Because sometimes, family, it might be just my two listening ears. This is the best kind of support you could ever get when you're having dialogue and some honest conversation. I told you, my brothers, this is definitely for you. I want you to make sure that you can help the person that you're listening to. That it ain't about me in this moment. You know, I'm just using my queen. I'm using my kids, man. It ain't even about me in a moment. How can I help be supportive for the person that I'm talking to? How can I listen better? What can I do to improve the situation if it's possible? Because sometimes, you know, we can't improve the situation. Somebody's parents passed away. Man, ain't nothing I can do to improve it. I can be there. I can listen. You know, give some words of encouragement if need be. But I can't improve it. So you got to catch yourself and say, you know, if it's possible, how can I improve this situation? You know, and improving it might be, you know what, the person is they're in distress, they're caught up, you know, and the person that they love has passed away, and their kids is at school. You might be able to go pick up the kids and make it better, so that person don't have to stress. If you can pick up the kids, because you know all the different scenarios they got now, where you got to have permission and written permission and all that. But if it's any kind of way you can help, you know, and make it, you know, better, because you can't make it good, but you can make it better by taking a little bit of pressure off the person, because they so distraught by whatever situation they going through. So whatever you can do that to help make the situation better. Know your boundaries. Sometimes when we having conflict with other people, we crossing each other's boundaries too much. You know, what is the boundaries that person has for them? Let that be clear. Yeah, what's the boundaries that you have for you? Make that clear. Because a lot of times, like I told you, we cross each other's boundaries so much. If I know you hate me cussing at you, why would I be cussing at you? If you hate me walking out the room when you talking, why would I walk out the room? So there are certain people's boundaries you want to make sure you get clarity on. Like, you know what, I don't want this person to feel bad. Now, if I feel like I'm about to say something that's really ugly, I might have to say, I understand your boundaries is me not walking out the room. But I want to say what I want to say so bad, and it's going to be one of them daggers that I can't take back. So I'm going to say, guess what? Pull our watches out. Guess what? Give me 5 minutes, but let me clear my head, because I'm about to say something I don't really mean, but I really want to say it, and I'm just being honest. But I know if I say it, it's going to be a temporary instant gratification, but it's going to be detrimental in the long run. So let me just know my boundaries and know I am really heated at this moment, and let me walk away. Let me go walk around the block. Let me go punch a punching bag. Let me go do some stuff that I need to get this tension off me because I'm about to say something. I do not want the repercussions of what I'm about to say. I want to say it because it's going to make me feel good and instant gratification. But in the bigger picture of things, it's going to do some detriment that I'm really going to hate. So when you, some examples of common boundaries should be, I will not pursue people who reject me. Let's make that clear. I will not pursue people that reject me. I will not tolerate lying. Honesty and trust is usual in relationships. I will only engage in mutual, enjoyable relationships. Yeah, like I said, if this dude at the gas station and they tripping, man, you know what? Let me just go and blow this off, because fam, I'm more than likely ain't gonna ever see this person again. More than likely, I try to make the best of the situation, but more than likely, I ain't gonna ever see the person again. So I'm gonna make sure, with good relationships, I want to make sure, guess what, it's mutual, it's enjoyable that we have this relationship, but we're having some some conflict right now, some disagreements. Let's engage in that. I will not say yes to please others. We will not be people pleasers. Let's work on that. We will not be people pleasers. I'm not just saying yes dear, no dear, just to get through this situation so I can really do what I want to do. I don't want to lose me in the process of being in this relationship. I don't want to lose me. And you definitely want to have boundaries of people disrespecting you. Don't allow people to disrespect you, because if they do it one time, fam, I have no problem telling you they're going to do it again and again and again and again and again. So know your boundaries. Know exactly what it is that you will tolerate and that you won't tolerate. Use I statements when you are having conflict. I feel. Yeah. I heard. Yeah, you use I. Make it personal, because sometimes in healthy relationships, it's understanding I need to say it from my perspective of what I'm hearing and what's going on. Because you said, you made me mad, you ticked me off, we can blame other people for our situation, when we should just in fact just say, you know what, I'm hearing or I'm feeling. Guess what? I'm feeling embarrassed by what you said. I'm feeling some insecurities. I'm feeling frustrated. I'm feeling helpless. Yeah, let me say I'm feeling. I can only control my side of the fence. So let me break them I statements out. I feel sad when you did this, when you left me out of that. I felt lonely because you guys didn't, involve me or include me in this situation. Yeah, I felt. Yeah, let me make that clear. That this is a situation that needs to be dealt with, and I'm saying what my part of the whole situation is. Let me make that. And then lastly, I want to write, let me be mindful of me getting angry. I realize that I'm raising my voice and I'm yelling. I'm realizing that I'm criticizing. I'm giving shame to the other person that I'm in a relationship with. Guess what? Sometimes you be making threats, because you know how we get. Sometimes we get super amped up for those who have anger issues. Guess what? The person is making threats. Pay attention to the threats, people. Pay attention to the threats. Part of me needing to walk away, and part of us, with the silent treatment. The silent treatment is one of those daggers, boy, that's way deeper than just getting somebody cussed out and going in on what you're doing. The silent treatment, boy, it makes people, it rattles people, boy. You talking about a tool that can get people angry. Do that silent treatment on people. Making passive aggressive statements. We good at doing that. Jokes about the situation. How people try to tell jokes. Because remember I told you I'm one of those people that do this. I'll say a joke, shank you, and then be like, oh, I was just playing. See, that was a great way for me to get it off my chest. But I use it as a joke, just to say, I was just playing. But no, I really wanted to say what I wanted to say, and you say it playfully, you be thinking you can get away with it. So that's watching out for that passive aggressive stuff too. And then, fam, when you got people that got stuff on deck. And what do I mean by stuff on deck? They drinking, or they got some substance they using. Fam, you want to make sure, you are being very careful of, brothers, that you ain't getting amped up and being in a situation. Guess what? Because when you're on that sauce, you ain't you. You act like a plumb fool when you on that stuff. So when you starting to get angry and you on that sauce, either you got some good friends that will walk you away from the situation, or I'm hoping you ain't that much of an influence that you can't walk yourself away. So you got to be very careful, man. Brothers, I want y'all to have great skills when it comes to having great communication and relationships. And so some of the stuff that I just got through talking about, y'all, I'm still dealing with it myself. I'm still growing. I'm still trying to figure it out. Still trying to understand it. What's the deeper meaning of why I'm doing what I'm doing? So that's the time that you spend some time away from you and ask yourself, why did I allow myself to get so amped up about that? When in all actuality, it's really not that serious. So watch your communication skills, brothers. Work on those things right there. And if you need to go back and listen to this episode 5, 6, 7 times, guess what? Do that. If you needed to send it to somebody that will help you to work on these things better, send it to them. If you know somebody that needs this podcast, send it to them. Because guess what? We want to be better in our coping and learning skills. We want to be able to communicate effectively in our relationships. And fam, sometimes you ain't gonna get it picture perfect. You ain't gonna say all the right words all the time. When you do mess up, ask for forgiveness from the person, ask for forgiveness from yourself, and let's try to do better. Because we want to make sure we're doing what we need to do to have the best types of relationships around us so we can be the best people we can possibly be. This is your boy John Bacon with another segment of Bacon Bits, fam. Brothers, pay attention. Pay attention. God bless. What's up, family? If this podcast has inspired you, encouraged you, made you think deeper, or even just made you smile, then I have a simple ask. Would you consider supporting this work? Creating this podcast takes time, heart, and resources, from equipment and editing to outreach and hosting. Each episode is a labor of love aimed at lifting people up and speaking life into real situations. But I can't do it alone. Your donation, big or small, helps keep the meaning going and the message. It helps us grow, reach more people, and continue producing powerful content that uplifts, educates, and empowers. If you've been blessed by this platform, I invite you to sow into it. Help us keep the mic on and the message moving. You can give at Zelle or Cash App using the links in the description box. Thank you for being part of the journey. With gratitude, the Bacon Bits Podcast, where we speak life, purpose, and legacy, one episode at a time.